How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Ooh, let me remove this. But we're ready to go! Yippee! But thank you guys for tuning in earlier to my testing stream. It looks like things are working as normal again, so I'm really happy about that. So we're gonna start off strong. We're gonna finish up part 4-3 trial of case 5 today! Oh my gosh, it's been a journey. I think I've been playing the trilogy since February, so the pinnacle. It will be today. Let's see. They're calling Maya back into the courtroom, so we'll see what happened on her side, because Dahlia got exorcised, so it's just her now. We're trying to figure out, did she actually stab Misty Faye, or if there was something else at hand, so... Also, hello, Senpai, how are you? Thanks for subbing by today, and thank you so much for the follow, I really appreciate it, thank you. How are you? I did it earlier when I was watching the VOD. Oh! Thank you so much for joining, Sunny! You saw it in the chat in the VOD page. Oh, thank you for joining! Sorry, the welcome message has been a little bit weird. Let me send one to you personally. I'll send one to you in a bit, personally. Here we go again! Back to the grind! Let's see what happens this time! Yes, it's trial time! Hello, Cranium! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you? Hello, Soup! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today too! How are you doing? How was everyone's Sunday? I was feeling a little sluggish earlier, so I walked an hour outside and touched some grass, and then I got a lemon tea, and it was really good. I tried a new place, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna see if it's good, and then it was good, which was good. And then I had a little bit left, and then I let it sit, and then I took a shower, and then I just took a sip of it, and it is so bitter. It's just the singular lime slice in there has been marinating, and it's been cooking something less appetizing than it was before. But it's still good. It builds character, I think. What is grass? Oh, it's I don't really know, but I think it's green. I might be wrong though. You know, it's been a while since I've touched it, so sometimes I forget the texture, but it's nice to touch grass sometimes. I feel like I should touch more, honestly. February 10th, 3:36 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. Better citrus egg. Yeah, it's ugh. Hello, Curtium. How are? Oh, whoops. I said the wrong thing. Let's see. Thank you so much for the 10 stream, Curtium. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I live in a desert. I have only heard stories about grass. You heard stories from a far-off merchant? A merchant from far beyond that sometimes comes with tall tales of places afar, worlds afar, kingdoms afar. Indeed. It's hello, I bring wares from the kingdoms with grass. It's oh, so what did you bring today? I brought 2 tufts of grass that have thus withered on my journey to thy humble kingdom. And it's oh, it's okay. It's the thought that counts. Thanks, my fellow merchant. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. Right, Dave? There's a spider on my wall! Behind my... that wall. Do not come any closer. I can't reach you. I'm too short. Stay there. Don't move. Don't move. He's moving. Oh no. I don't know what to do. He's so big. He's like aiming for the ceiling right now behind my Ace Attorney screen. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I hope you have a good journey out of my room. Thank you. Oh shit, maybe I'll leave the door open so he could go. He could go away. Spider cam? He's like... I don't know how to describe how big he is. He's like... not tiny. He's like a pretty sizable spider size. I don't think that helped. Hello, Stingray. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. Let me do a shout out for you. Mimiko, how are you? Desert Oasis grass exists. Oh, you're right. You gotta start searching, Soup. It might be closer than you expect. Capture and slowly watch it. Watch it move? Oh, he actually stopped just now. Maybe he heard us talking about him. He was like, oh shoot, you know, I better not let them know I'm here. Yeah, I'm gonna go open my bedroom door. Give me a second. He's like going towards my door and I'm like, no, why are you going down? Don't go down. Keep moving that way. Yeah. I'm gonna encourage him. Then he'll leave my room. I'll be back. Open the door, it doesn't want to move anymore. He's messing with me, chat. He's like, you can't reach me. I'm practically at the ceiling right now. Hello, Stingray. Actually, yeah, I got closer. That is a pretty big spider. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? The giant spider on my bedroom wall. There's only sand deserts. I live in a rocky desert. Oh, man, rough times, huh? Right, so they did an analysis earlier, and the analysis was for this dagger, and we didn't know whose blood was on there, but it was found behind a tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now, because I believe previously in the other trial day they were saying that the staff, the sword, was the actual murder weapon, and Iris actually cleaned off the blood to try to like make things easier for her sister. Why is it moving now? Ew! The spider just decided it was a great idea to start running down my wall. So now it is actually within reach. Let me try to... I lost it, chat. It's over. It's over. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Where did it go? It just like ran down my wall at high speed and now it's gone. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna like capture it and then like put it somewhere else, and then he's just gone. Like he does not want to be caught. Like he's just gonna terrorize me when I sleep now, I guess. Please don't crawl on me, Mr. Spider. When I go to sleep, I will be scared. I will cry. What now? Oh, there's a little spooner. It's okay. I'll ignore it. It's out of sight now, so hopefully it's out of mind. I will pretend I didn't see it. What's that staff that's a ring? Right? It's a surprise. It looked like a staff, but there was actually a sword hidden underneath. Speedy calling friend. Get him for the house. So actually, this is no longer my room, it's the spider's room. I think I just have to move now, chat. Like, that's the only solution. I gotta leave these premises. So I just demanded to be part of this stream. He wants a cameo too! He's like, hey, I love the finale of Case 5, Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Sign me up, Aurelia. He didn't ask me if I wanted to watch today. hello, Jusum. How are you? Thanks for subbing by today. How are you? He's gonna be. No! Not between my toes! Excuse me, can we not hear? Oh, you guys can hear me just fine? Yay, I'm glad! Oh, hello, Sketch. How are you? Thanks for subbing by today. Let me do a shout out for you. Mimigo, how are you? Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the raid. My name is Riley, and it's nice to meet you. Today, we are starting the last part of Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations Case 5. It's gonna be really, really fun. The mystery continues. So I'm really excited. Aside from Ace Attorney, I also play Honkai Star Rail, Pokemon games, Fire Emblem games, the Devil May Cry series, and the Yakuza series. I'll actually be starting Pokemon ZA next week, too. But hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. What were you playing, Sketch? Oh my gosh, it's Smash! Finished drawing Ilya from HSR. Ooh, fun! Will you be asking for an autograph soon? Oh my gosh, Sketch, so there was like a giant spider on my ceiling, and then like 5 minutes ago, it decided instead of walking on the ceiling all the way to my door, it would start running from the ceiling to the ground at high speed. I have now lost it, so he is somewhere, and hopefully he leaves the premises. I do not want him to be close to me. See, I'm like chill with spiders if they don't get near me, but if they get near me, I get scared. Anyway, we're gonna examine the results of whose blood it is on this knife, because Dahlia is claiming that we found out that she was actually in Misty Faye's body, and then she blacked out all of a sudden because somebody stabbed her, and she's claiming Maya was the one who stabbed her. So we'll see whose blood it is on that knife, because we're thinking the staff is the actual murder weapon, per the testimony before, but we don't know. We will see here. I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. Test? Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. I totally forgot about that. That's the weapon that Maya phased when she fought with the victim. So, what are the results? So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible? However, there's one thing we could say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. Oh shoot, whose blood was it then? Not the victim. So whose blood is it? That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. And whose was it? Strange. Because we only had a few people in that area. I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Very well. Please bring in the last witness. I hope you're okay, Maya. I'm so sorry we have to question you. You're so tired. I think the only one who's met more HSR voice actors than me may be Mr. Kevin. Ooh! Sword is hidden in the staff. Yes! It's special. It's sneaky. It looks like a staff from the outside, but inside it's knife. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Also, that reminds me, I have to pre-order ZA. Oh, you should, Sketch! Oh my gosh, so from what I know, Pokemon Center is doing one random enamel pin. Best Buy is doing a playmat / giant mouse pad. I think GameStop is doing a code for a trench coat, but I heard that you can get the trench coat later on in the game. So it's like early access trench coat. I think Walmart is doing one random pin, but it's like not enamel, it's like another material. I don't know what it is, but it's not enamel. And that's all the ones I'm aware so far. But yeah, I know Pokemon Center had the plushies before, but then they stopped like that wave, and then they did a new wave of enamel pins instead. I was a little late to the plushies, or else I probably would have pre-ordered from Pokemon Center. I want to get assigned a starter, like Pokemon Center assigned. Maya Fey, my profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the crane channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fey clan, I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, poor Maya, I'm so sorry. Oh, Maya, the pain the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fey, when the event occurred, you were in the garden of the Inner Temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Stonium's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see any. Straighten up this instant, young lady. She's tired! Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. We gotta find justice. Now there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole time, right? You've seen the witnesses come out. You've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. I feel so bad for Maya! Like, all this happening to her? Her realizing that her long-lost mother killed right in front of her? Like, I feel so bad! She's always wanted to see her again, but not like this! Hello, Nishiki! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today! How are you doing? We just started on the last part of Case 5 right now! He's rushing it, but he's right, she has to get it together. Yeah, I feel really bad, but he is so right! She's gotta hold it together so we can figure out who was the one who actually did it. At the Inner Temple. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff. Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Huh, I can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. At the Inner Temple. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Who else was on the Inner Temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini at Hasakura Temple. That means she couldn't be a criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. Who did it? Who hit you? Oh, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was right in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Oh, let me think for a second. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Oh, it's the trauma. She's blocking everything out. I was really having a hard time. What should I do? Oh, I feel bad, but maybe I should press her harder. Come on, Maya. This isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was, Oh, yeah, that's right. It was dark after all. Okay, that checks out, because the stone lantern wasn't lit. It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training. Come to think of it, that was earlier testimony to that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden on the night of the crime, which is why she didn't see her attacker. I thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not. Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely the spirit that was channeled by Elise Stoney and Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now, this is beginning to get interesting. So, what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. Oh! You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So, what did you do then? Hello, Kevin! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. Let me do a shout out for you. There we go. How are you? We are questioning Maya right now, trying to figure out what exactly happened in the garden. One first trauma does crazy things to your vision coordination, man. Yeah, she must have been really disoriented. I think I screamed, help me! You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man? A woman? An adult? A child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. Oh no! I thought this person might attack me, so Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No, like, that's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, help me. Yeah, but you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Maya's not doing so well up there. Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. I remember now, I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you just say? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. There was a person behind her attacker? What is it now? I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person? Let's keep that part a secret. What have I done? It takes a lot of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. Oh, somebody behind her? How many people are in the garden? Here we go. I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone. A man? A man who? Oh my gosh, guys, it was Larry. He's a hero. Everybody say thank you, Larry. A man? We don't have a lot of guys that could be at the scene except for Laurice Donine. I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. God, you'd be amazed how much people hide in this court, right? They'd be swearing to tell the truth, but I don't think that's what's actually happening. This is where the real trial begins. A man? Who is this man?
Well, you see, I couldn't see.
You couldn't see? She's used this excuse twice now. Well, then how would you know it's a man? And there wasn't even any lanterns on.
Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright.
Lantern light, did you say?
There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. Hey, you know what they say, under the lantern darkness reigns. So I could see the person that was further away, but not my attacker who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time.
Okay, that part is a little strange. Because was not lit the scene of the crime. Something warm splashed over you. It was a non-zero chance the guy was... Wow, he really traversed dimensions to find us, huh? Over those thousands of years. You don't mean, was it?
I didn't know it at the time, but I think it was probably blood.
She's saying that's when Mr. Meme, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer?
At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me.
So, the attacker's blood could be the one on the knife.
That's when I lost consciousness.
So, what happened next?
I don't remember.
How were you saved? You don't even remember that?
No, I haven't got any idea. I really don't know what happened at all.
Well, that's too bad. I've worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I could tell when she's trying to hide something by how she acts, and right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. That's not how lighting range works. She was like, I could definitely see the person behind the attacker. But the attacker is closer to the stone lantern, Maya, so you would be able to see the attacker and not the person behind. Okay, I think it's the fact that the lantern was not lit on the night of the crime. There was no light of the stone lantern.
There we go.
Maya's a ray tracer confirmed. Oh, a ray tracer? So there was a man standing behind your attacker.
Yeah.
That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Miss Lee Stoneem, otherwise known as Miss Fei, your mother.
The killer?
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? Is this someone she's trying to protect? But why? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hadn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
What do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No!
Order in the court, Mr. Godo. Explain this. Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait. Cafe au lait? Is that even legal? Mr. Trifler is the milk, and you are the spoon, Your Honor. I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony Bard, I'll have you know. You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What do you mean? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. The judge is a little spoken for it! Man, those years must be tough, huh? With I forgot his name! The guy who headed the guy from Case 5 of Ace Attorney 1. That was his big spoon. He must be taking it really hard. Like, no more country club spooning. There's something going on between those two, man. Yeah, I was under the impression the lantern was not lit at the time.
Nick.
Ma'am. I recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. That's a little weird. No!
Order! Order, order! What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Objection!
Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene.
Objection!
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godo. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark, and now you're trying to cover for him. Cover? For the man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Who is this mystery guy?
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Huh. You talk a good game, Trite. Let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, please don't. Please stop.
Why is she trying to cover for him? Maya's dead set on protecting this guy, the man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. All right, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got.
I don't know who this person was. Let's do a little think.
I wonder what cup of coffee he's on now. He said he had 15 before the trial wraps up.
I wonder. Like, I bet bro has exceeded his daily caffeine maximum already. Like, is he good? Write appeal paper with the judge really preach. He's just sitting there. It's like, this is year 3 since my big spoon has been put in jail for his crime. Every day I mourn our country club getaways where we would sit on the same golf cart and we would drink mimosas and watch the sunlight and watch the sunset. And I wasn't a master at golf, but I would encourage his great putting skills or something. I don't know much about golf. It's like slow burn visiting him in jail and stuff content. Like 10K fanfiction on AO3.
Hello, Aya. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today, and thank you so much for the raid. Let me do a shout out for you. There you go. How are you? Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Riley, and it's nice to meet you. We're currently working on the last part of Case 5 in Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations right now. But aside from Ace Attorney, I also play Honkai Star Rail, Pokemon games, Fire Emblem games, the Devil May Cry series, and the Yakuza series. But hi, how was your stream? What did you play today? I hope everyone's doing well.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, we finding treasures. How's the case going? It's going good. Oh my gosh, like we're learning new things, and apparently there's another guy that's involved in the case. And I'm like, who could it be? We're supposed to know right now. The judge is asking who it is, and I'm like, who is this mystery man?
We started Dual Destinies today. So excited to see you go through this one. Ooh, how are you liking Dual Destiny so far? Have you played any other Ace Attorney games? Have you played The Great Ace Attorney? Aside from the trilogy, I also played The Great Ace Attorney, and I really liked it. I highly recommend. I just submitted an assignment last
at 11:59. Real.
Congrats on finishing your assignment, Stingray.
Would you guys rather have more exams or essays to write? I took mostly exams. And I'm like a bit of a slow writer, so I guess that was good. But then like writing's also nice because you don't have to like test yourself. But it's like a lot of like idea generating and then like writing and stuff. I feel like I vocalize like my points in essays better than actually writing it down. So then sometimes I would cook something really, really good and I'll be like, oh shoot, I forgot to write it down. I guess it's gone to the void now. Yup, Keck. I did mostly exams too. Ooh. I feel like if you do like more like social science, like literary stuff, you do more essays, and then I think if you do like STEM, you get more exams, right? I did STEM, so I got a lot more exams. I think it was only my GEs that I got essays. We're doing Chronicles after Apollo Games, but it'll all be great, I'm sure. Woo, have fun, have fun! Exams because I can leave that to Lady Luck, but I can't do that with essays. True! I was a fast writer, but I like remembering things for exams. Ooh. Who was this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Who was a man that you could have seen in the darkness? You know, I personally think maybe it was Larice. Cause Dunim, I mean, didn't he say that an unbelievable sight? Wasn't he at a heavenly hall though? That's the weird part. Cause then he has the closest correlation with Miss Elise Donim because he's her apprentice. I don't think there could be any other guy though, cause we didn't have Gumshoe or Edgeworth on the scene at that time. I don't think Godo would randomly be there, so I'm not sure who else could be chilling there. Who is the person that Miss Faye saw in the darkness? It's really weird. I don't think there's anyone else it could be. A man, huh? Wouldn't it be kind of funny if it was something like roundabout? Like, oh, actually, like, Pearl summoned somebody else. And then it was like somebody she knew, like her dad or her uncle or something. And then he saved Maya and then went back to the position where she collapsed. I just got Evernight. Oh, congrats, Soup. Let's go. I prefer essays. I'm a bad test taker and I can easily crank out a wordy essay with as little as 1 to 2 hours. Oh, nice! I think it usually takes me like a full day for essays. It's like a little bit hard for me to transform what I have in my mind onto paper. But then it's like a lot easier when I say my ideas. I don't know why. Like every single time I had an essay assignment, I was like, can I just like tell the teacher my ideas? Like I'll construct an argument, but like I don't want to write it. Yeah, so what man is it? I don't know. I feel like, see, the location doesn't match for Larice, but like that's the only guy that was like chilling in that area. So like who could it be? Who was this person? Like I'm confused. We don't really have any hints on who that could be. There's no dudes there, but it's someone that she has like an investment to that she would feel bad, like saying was a murderer. Because we don't have any pictures, I believe. That is strange. Process of elimination? Probably. You'll keep your mouth shut? Thank you, Aya! This is a bit of a tough one. If we have to convict Edgeworth again, I swear, please don't be Edgeworth. I hope it's not him! I don't think it would be him because he wasn't in the location at the time. So hopefully he's like safe. I feel like Larice is the only one though, but then the location really doesn't match unless he's like lying, and I don't think he's lying because he has that picture. You think you know, Cranium?
I have no issues writing essays. It's just the time it takes to think of what to write takes up most of my time in typed essays. Yeah, it's hard. And then sometimes after you write everything you're just like, oh, I kind of don't like the point that I proved. But I'm already trenches deep in this, so like I think it's just what it is. I really wish it was Larry, but wasn't he sleeping in the shed? Yeah, that's the part that's a bit oof because he has the most correlation with Elise, but he was sleeping in the shed, and because he has that picture, that drawing he made, it's like he has an alibi. Like, it can't be Larry, I think, but like, which other man was in the area? I don't think there was a single guy that was in the area. Like, who would just randomly be in the mountains, you know? What if it wasn't actually even a man? Like, she was just saying it was a man to protect that person, you know? YOLO! Who's your biggest suspect, huh? So if we follow who was in the area, we saw Sister Bikini at the main temple area, so it wasn't her. So the only people that could possibly be around is we knew Iris was at the temple. And then I believe she took the snowmobile down to receive the body, so she was also on that side of the bridge. So it couldn't be like something weird like that. The only other person that was on that side was Pearl. Cause then Elise Dunin was there, but she was channeling Dahlia. Then Maya was there. Pearl was in the courtyard. She said she woke up in the same place she knocked out though. So the only possibility would be if somebody took Pearl's body and then like protected her and then like walked back on that area and left her body, like voluntarily. Like that's the only possibility I can think of right now. I can't believe we're gonna call 9-year-old Pearl into court. Listen, Zeros, do you think I could get Evernight Light Cone in 2 days? Ooh, do you have a high pity right now in your Light Cone banner? I haven't closed my eyes. I think that's wrong. Looks like you're proving a well-known fact. The fact that people can't really see in the dark. You're just the man I thought you were. You should try it. Ah! Oh man, hot coffee in my head. But I'm sure I saw the killer in the dark. So the answer's clear. What's visible in the dark? Right, we have to think about what's visible in the dark. That's important. What is visible in the dark? There is something that is visible in the dark. Let me revisit what I have and what could possibly be visible. In the dark, glow-in-the-dark stuff is visible. If you have like a flashlight, that will also show up. Just in case I don't bypass that point. Something that's glow in the dark, right. We need to think of who has glow in the dark stuff on them. Who in our list has something that is glow in the dark? Whoopsie! Glow in the dark, huh? Let's see what we have. She didn't know, but she's saying it's a man. Glow in the dark.
Objection! Objection!
I'm trying to cover for him. You know, Godo's mask could have lights, but like, what is he doing in the mountainside? There's nobody here that could have something that's like glow in the dark. I mean, he has that mask thing, so maybe the mask thing is glow in the dark? What else? She knows who the guy is. And then also, Godo is saying, I'm calling your bluff. But why would Godo do it? There's like no motive there, because he's really protective of the Fae Sisters. The person. What could be glow in the dark? You know, Magatama's glow in the dark. She's saying it's a man though. Magatama's can glow in the dark.
Magatamas can glow in the dark. What else is visible in the dark?
I'm reasoning for him too is that he was in the cave.
Well, now that you word it like that, I can see it now too. It's just Godo. He's the only man with something on him that could possibly glow in the dark. Like something so noticeable that you would know instantly it's him. And the fact that he's like, I'm calling your bluff, Phoenix, right? It's like, wow, it's getting personal, huh?
It's a new account pity at Zero Mutting Face. But like, Evernight came home in 40 plus. Oh, right! You have that new account. It should be easier to farm mats then, maybe? If you like really blaze all the stories. So, I think it'd be useful to go for her. If you go for her, then you have a pretty solid foundation. Trying to think, like, Gumshoe has a flashlight probably, but like it's Gumshoe. Don't forget near the end there's a point where you pick the wrong option, you fail the case.
Oh shoot! Oh no! Right! Thank you for the reminder, Nishiki. It's so obvious how Dick is attorney. It's his mask. It's his mask. Oh my gosh! Cause we did see him there. Now that I recall. Now that you brought it up, Sunny. Godo, what the heck are you doing? In the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. He's going on side missions, man. Because, oh, I see. He does have a motive because Elise Jonim had Dahlia in, like Dahlia was possessing her, and also, like, even if Dahlia wasn't possessing her, Godo would have immediately said, oh, you know, Mia's gone. And Mia loved her younger sister. So, like, what's the most important thing I can do, you know, for Mia? Like, he would protect Maya, like, no matter what. Like, that's why he's also been super protective, because whenever we were, like, trying to find her, Godo was always like, oh, are you really gonna let Maya down? Like, you let Mia down once already, and you're gonna let her sister down? Like, after she entrusted her beloved younger sister to you? And then Phoenix is like, whoa, man, like, I'm upset too, but like, wow, this guy's like upset. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see. This is exactly like case 4 of the first Ace Attorney game, where it's like, hey, so you know the guy that's like sitting right in, like across me? Like, that's our guy. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? Watch. Alright, court, turn off the lights. I'll show you right now. What, but how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. What this is, but it can't be. Oh, he's been exposed. It really does glow. That was a nice bit of deduction, Trite. Oh my gosh. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. Order! Prosecutor Godo, what's the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. He's like, I did what had to be done to protect her. Weren't you denying it? Huh. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong! I never saw that! Maya, I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man for a totally different reason. What? Well, she's really trying to protect him. Witness, Mr. Wright, what the... Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. All right.
Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Well, he was like really, really tall. Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until I woke up, but she was like, you know, using the knife, you know, it was or I heard him scream actually, and he had a really deep voice. That's why I thought he was a man. I heard him yell, "Stop!"
Man left his VR headset on overnight. Man, the battery life on his headset must be really good. Yeah, you have one more day for your life cone. Good luck, Sue.
Oh, thank you for the hydro bacon, I said.
Oh, you're cooking too hard. Can you set the fan on high speed? Am I cooking? Because, like, Maya kind of views him, like, as, like, an older brother figure, kind of. Or, like, an uncle figure, you know, like, someone that she's close with. She wouldn't want to throw him under the bus because she knew that he was doing it to protect her. But if she confesses, then he's gonna go to jail, and, you know, she feels bad because he did it for her. I thought it was him or Gumshoe, because IRC earlier, Gumshoe was the one who revealed to you the real murder weapon, which I think he told you that Goto was the one who found it but kept it secret. Ooh, I was thinking it wouldn't be Gumshoe because I think we met him, like, away from the inner temple. It's been a while, so I don't know if I'm right. But I think we met him, like, on the other side of the bridge. So maybe he didn't have enough time to run across because, like, it started burning really quickly afterwards. So that's why I thought it wasn't him, maybe? He did know, like, the murder weapon, though, and that was pretty suspicious. Why are you involved, you confusingly sweet coffee-fueled man? Right? Like, what is he doing? He's going on side missions. Whoa. Yeah, they put chicken broth in this coffee. The chicken broth did something. He unlocked his powers. He became Superman. But as a next level gaslighter, she's really trying to protect her. And I feel really bad because we need to find out the truth. The killer.
When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor,
No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Goto said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
And the fact that he even cleaned up after her, too. Like, he's really looking out for her. Like, I feel bad. We're gonna land him in jail.
When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor.
So, you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right?
Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed.
So then the person that carried you into the inner temple, it could only have been the killer.
That's what I think too.
So the killer carried Maya into the inner temple.
By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed.
Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
I don't know.
Looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. The torches were lit and the body was gone. The torches were lit?
Yes, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be? The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's still one thing that bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple, Maya.
Very well, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
He was really trying to cover her so she wouldn't be suspected.
So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It did look really odd.
The snow was removed in a natural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There were a lot of shovels around the inner temple, but they're all really heavy, way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow anyway?
Well, there's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow?
Yeah, the area I collapsed and ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow.
I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something else still bothering me if the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it. There was no need to remove that amount.
That's true. He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood.
Looks like there's some mysteries behind this.
Yeah, why do you remove all the snow? That's a little weird. I think this will help explain them. So, you're saying that you never saw the killer, right?
Yes.
Earlier, you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker.
I'm sorry.
The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble moving the body by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene. But for what purpose? Why do all of that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on.
Okay, that stream broke again, but my router went stupid. I reconfigured the plug and it's good now. It's a miracle. Ooh, yay! I'm glad it's good now, Bacon! I'm glad your router's fixed.
Sometimes internet stuff is really weird. When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The fortress where the body was gone. This might be more of a clarifying one rather than a contradiction question. It's so fast now, way faster than before. Woo! Speed! I'm gonna look through these again. I think this might be an additional info one because one of the questions did say, like, oh yeah, more info or something. Okay, so you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right?
Yes, I think it
Happened when the victim was stabbed, so the person that cured her was the killer. Then, when she went back to the garden, everything was completely changed. Oh, she has a follow-up now!
Yes, I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence from me, for my sake.
What? Hiding it for you?
Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden...
She may have thought that you had done it. No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Godo was so sweet to her. I feel bad.
I think it was for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence of what happened. He's like, I can't fail Mia again. I gotta keep her sister safe, and if that means that I'm the one dying instead, just so Maya could live.
They did it for your sake?
Well, if the body and the blood hadn't been removed, I would have immediately been the prime suspect, right?
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, and if that happened, the body would have caused some other problems too. If her real identity had come out right then, it would have been terrible. Master of Crane killed by own daughter. I don't think Maya would have been able to handle it.
But still, it's rather difficult to fathom the killer's motives. What reason is there to go through that much trouble to protect you? Yeah, why did he remove that much also, though? He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood. There was a reason that he had to scoop up everything. Footprints, maybe? Maybe the footprints went really deep and he was like, I might as well clean everything.
Square? Why is it square? After that misadventure, what did I miss? Oh, so... Not much, actually. It was, the court turning off the lights and finding out that the Godo's little mask thing was lighting up. So now we're suspecting Godo. And then Maya was like, no, actually, I just thought it was a man. I didn't actually see him. I thought it was a man because the area was cleaned up so well afterwards. So I was like, oh, that's a lot of work. It could only have been a man, right? So we're trying to prove her wrong on this one and prove that she actually did see the man. Let's for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence of what happened. The torches were lit, the body was gone. Just for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence. She doesn't say anything about, like, why would they have done this, though? Because if she said that, I could present, like, Mia's profile. Or maybe I could. Just for my sake that the killer cleaned up evidence. This is all the person that I just assumed it was a man. Body was gone, all the snow on the stone benches had been carefully cleaned up too. I'm not sure why it was cleaned up so well. Why was it cleaned up, like, as a clean square? Square. So, the things at play was there was blood, but then if there was blood, you could just clean up the top. I believe it might have something to do with footprints. Footprints sink a little deeper in. So maybe the snow layer was a little bit thin, and he was like, oh, I might as well just clean this up, you know? Maybe it stopped snowing at that time. Because we know, like, roughly when the inner temple thing happened, there was still a little bit of snow. But when he went back to clean it up later, maybe there was no longer any snow. Maybe that's something we discuss later. Maybe right now we need to prove motive? I think it was for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence. It's for my sake. Maybe here we present... Oh! Oh, no! My bad! I think it's for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence. Is this too much of a stretch right now? Yeah, maybe it's too much of a stretch. Too soon. Maybe it's conjecture right now. Maybe it's like we have to prove it's Godo first, and then after we really prove that it's Godo, then it's like, why would he have done this for Maya? Like, what's the correlation? I think it's for my sake that the killer cleaned up. That would have been the prime suspect. This new statement got me thinking, though. I know the reason, but he didn't want to see the profile. Yeah, there's nothing on Godo's profile that it's like, oh yeah, he used to know Mia. So it's discussing after she woke up from painting. She's telling us the surroundings at the temple and why she thinks it was actually a man.
Yeah, they're asking what is the motive, so maybe it's the wrong statement. But I think the motive is Mia. It's because he's doing it to protect her because she's Mia's sister. But for some reason that statement isn't good. Killer who lit the torches. Oh, maybe it's this one. Anything from that would be the person at the inner temple. But then it's only the follow-up, you know, that's like relevant. So I'm like, is this a good statement then? The torches were lit and the body was gone. I still haven't figured out why it looked like that though. Like the unnatural rectangular shape. Oh, no, I know! It's because he's blind! He's blind! So he just took everything out, because he can't see! He can't see, so he just scooped up everything! He was like, oh man, I can't see where the blood is! Scoop! Yeah, he's colorblind! He can't see the blood! He just scooped up everything! And that's also why he didn't see the blood on the lantern! On the lantern! Okay, which statement should I press? Okay, mystery solved, mystery solved. All the snow around the stone lantern had been cleaned up. Then they're gonna ask what's his motive afterwards. Oh, the profile doesn't say he's colorblind though. Okay, I have to think this through a little bit more. But he is colorblind and his vision is not the best because of the accident. So he was like, I don't know where the blood is. I'm just gonna scoop up everything in that area. I knew you get it. Thank you, Credio. Did you also guess the colorblind? Yippee! So it's only wearing a virtual boy that makes you see red. She's just like, whoa, everything's red. I think there's blood here, not too sure. There's something that can handle this level of cooking. Oh, are we cooking? Cooking? No taking, Kevin. Statement. Oh! Clean up the evidence of what happened? Maybe Godo now? Because there's nothing that says Godo is colorblind, right? We don't have like a thing that says it. So that might be like an elaboration by Phoenix then. So it's probably just a profile. I remember Godo mentioning a few times he couldn't see red. Ooh, and you were like, wait a minute, what else is red? I think it was for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence of what had happened. Is it this statement? Because then this one is eh, this one is eh. This one is the new statement that came up. This one's like, okay, average cleaning. This is all the snow around. Because I was thinking maybe the snow around the stone lantern, but it wasn't that one, so maybe it's this one, and we prove... Feels a little disjointed. It is Godo though, but like, am I presenting on the wrong statement? It is Godo though. Maybe there's one other step that I have to think about before we get to the conclusion we just got to. You got this? Thank you, Cardio! We'll get the outcome we want, yeah! So we know. So I think after we... I wonder if it's a statement issue. Is it a statement issue? Or like, do I have to really lead step by step? When it came to I was lying there, and then I was like, oh shoot, everything's cleaned up. Because I would think this is the most suspicious statement. Like, this one is a new statement. I think it was for my sake that the killer... But I feel like this is more of a hint statement. Kind of like a... hey, you know, there's a trait with this guy that we just suspected. This part, I feel like, is the most evidence-based, where it's like all the snow around the stone lantern have been carefully cleaned up, but I don't have a piece of evidence. So that means Goto's blood's on that knife, then. Goto got stabbed trying to protect her. So Goto must be sustaining an injury right now. But it doesn't say he's colorblind, that's the issue. I'm like, so the lantern when Triumphant returned it. Maybe? We just show the lantern again. We know that Goto is colorblind. You gotta prove it somehow. Alright, we have to prove, and then maybe that's when we bring it. Okay, so it's not Goto. We have to prove that Goto is colorblind. Thank you, Cranium. Let's think. Let's see. Why is he colorblind? How can we tell he is colorblind? He's colorblind because if he was truly, really trying to clean up the area, he would have seen the blood that was on the lantern. Like, you wouldn't clean the area all around the snow and not clean the lantern when they're both in the same area. So he just straight up can't see. So that's why it was cleaned up. Because bro can't see. Yeah, because I think out of all the other pieces of evidence, if we're not presenting profiles right now, the lantern is the strongest bet, because we can connect the lantern to having blood on it, and it's like, oh, if the perpetrator was trying so hard to clean everything, why didn't he see the most obvious part that said Maya if he was really the one trying to protect Maya? Then we'll present it on this one, because Maya's saying, I think it was for my sake that the killer cleaned up the evidence. Then you'll say, wait a minute, but if it was for your sake, then why is your name still on the lantern? Yes! The body of Elise Donim was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then, at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems rather odd. Oh, and what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Goto. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. He's like, there was a message? Oop. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off of the lantern? 'Cause he's colorblind! Ah, you're right! And the only guy we know is Goto. Order, Mr. Right. Isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? He tried his best. Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the white snow, but then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. If that's the case, do you have an explanation? Do you want to know the answer, sir? I don't think you want to know the answer. Yeah, maybe something that proves he couldn't have seen the color or something. Correct! Remember Goto freaked out when he saw the lantern first time in evidence because he never knew it was still covered in blood. Right, he did! We showed it to him and he was like, wait a second. It was covered in blood? And we were just sitting there staring at him like, sir, you're the prosecutor? You should know? It's all coming together. Do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? Because he, like, straight up did not know. I don't know what the killer's plan was, but it's the fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it. Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern? He didn't notice it. Prosecutor Goto, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought, right? The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred here. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that
make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that.
You're right. There is no way any normal person would. What? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? It's like subtly guiding him. It feels like, yeah, little by little. There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. And who could that be? Chat, does he know? Who's the person that could have failed to notice the bloody handwriting? Mr. Godo, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. You can't see everything, is that correct, Mr. Godo? This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. Ah, when he didn't notice! This lantern, there's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Mr. Godo just admitted there are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right, we went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Trescian. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on. There's something else that's still bothering me, Mr. Godo. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Huh, that's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them? So then, Mr. Godo, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern? Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea.
That's why he's always drinking black coffee!
I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godo's the murderer. There's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godo, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Joneem, also known as Miss Misty Fay. It's hard to believe this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. Huh. Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in that ink. Come on now, how does it refuse? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's in there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Do go on, Wright. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area? Yes, why didn't you take out that area? Oh, could it be? Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow, and so he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark, but he lit the torches? Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine. It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godo?
Wait just a minute! Colorblind people are normal according to Phoenix Wright. Wow, ableist Wright. Come on, Phoenix Wright, you know? Come on, we talked about this. Hello, Buddy Master. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. Let me do a shout out for you. Mimiko, how are you? Let's go black tea, not red tea. Doesn't he say doesn't drink red tea because it's invisible? Please go to. He doesn't know he might accidentally sip too much at once, you know? And then he'll just like splash a lot of really hot liquid on his face. I bet he had very unpleasant experiences with that. No one at Ace Attorney is ever just normal. Everyone's hiding a secret somehow. Like, we got Maya, who can channel spirits. We have Godo, who's apparently a murderer now. Chai tea! Ooh! And Dayla just woke up after passing out after work. Ooh, I hope you had a good frost, Bloody Master. I'm glad you're doing well. Wait just a minute.
Maya, what is it, witness?
Mr. Goda wasn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the Inner Temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Maya, you can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I mean, I look it, but
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow. Are you senile, old man? We just established this a little while ago. Yeah, Dahlia was there. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me answer my testimony. Nick, please listen to me.
Maya, do you plan to cover for Godo no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha! Nicely done, Chait. Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the Inner Temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearly was there at the Inner Temple, too. Pearly was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godo arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. He found Pearly first and cheered her right up.
Who is this Pearly?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye.
So when did you hear about this?
Oh, just a while ago, when I was in the medical office.
I am terribly sorry. What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony.
What? Come on! Pearly would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be.
Wow, you suddenly seemed incredibly reliable there. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Ha! The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Mr. Godo, let's just move on to the cross-examination if the defense has no objections. This is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright, let's get this cross-examination started.
This case is crazy, guys.
Does this taste like chicken patty?
No!
So savory!
Pearly was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night.
So, where did you think? Oop. So, where do you think Pearl slept that night?
In the spare prep room next to the training hall, I guess. There's a rule that you can't enter the training hall during an athletics training.
But even so, why did she go to the Inner Temple in the first place?
It seems that Pearl became very worried about you, Mara. She knew that the spiritual training I was supposed to undergo was very intense. Pearls was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the Inner Temple. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there, possessing the body of Easter Meme. Next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. She searched the entire Inner Temple side end to end. Well, you see, Pearly gets pretty scared when she's alone, and there weren't that many places to look. She says that she even went back and forth several times. Inner Temple side has 2 structures, the training hall and a spare prep room. And there's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it. Pearl was looking for other people, right? Would she really have examined a storage shack all that carefully? Ooh, maybe he was in the storage shack. Well, if it were me, that would be the first place I would investigate. But also, Pearl is 9, so maybe she didn't really know about the storage. So that means it's possible that someone may have been hiding in the storage shack. What, you're telling me over all these cases we don't accept word from Alva's testimony? Just an exception for this case, because Goda's asking very nicely. I think word of mouth is generally conjecture if there's no evidence. Yeah. Pearls didn't hear the sound of them working on the bridge. What do you mean? I was just wondering why she would stay in the prep room. If it were me, I'd at least go out and wait at the foot of the bridge. Oh, well, Pearlie said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was scared during the night and that she couldn't sleep well and woke up a bunch of times.
Poor little girl all alone like that. Well, we know that she had at least one friend in the secret cavern, Dahlia Hawthorne, who was busy battling with the Tripwell.
She couldn't let anyone see her, so she wouldn't have shown herself the pearls.
What happened after the bridge was finally fixed? So it was your first time on the Inner Temple side, Mr. Godo? That's funny. Am I imagining things, or does the fence ask me a question? Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness.
What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor.
Touché, Mr. Wright. Oh, well. What do you have to say, Mr. Godo? Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That's what I always say. If it hadn't been for this case, I never would have visited there. A freezing cold temple in the mountains? I think I'll pass.
So he had never visited Hazakura Temple or the Inner Temple, huh?
Huh, you want to say something, Trite?
In any case, I have to find a crack in Godo's armor. While I cross-examine Maya, that is.
Very well. Please go on with your testimony. After visiting the bridge, the policeman came over to the Inner Temple side, right?
Yes, then Mr. Godo.
He, cheered her up.
That's what Pearlie said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godo.
And here I was thinking, you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Seems you're quite a good person. Huh. Cut it out. You're making me blush.
This guy's really beginning to get on my nerves in more ways than one.
The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on the Inner Temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs. I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way, Godo style. I'm the same way. I like to hand out verdicts in my own way, judge style.
Well, maybe I should ask some questions Phoenix style.
You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything? Looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, right? After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern.
Well, I didn't miss it, so, speak for yourself, doggos.
The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall.
Beauty?
Misty Faye, naturally.
In the training hall? But she wasn't in the training hall! She was in the garden! Huh? Unless he means the picture of her.
Clad in her stunning Japanese garb surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western taste.
Western taste?
Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy?
Okay, yeah, it's the painting. So from there, you headed for the prep room. Wait a sec, what did Godo say just now? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godo when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the Inner Temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise Donim. He wouldn't have seen that picture, man. I want to see what happens if you say the cheering part up. If I had a mirror, I couldn't tell I was blushing anyway.
So, you cheer Pearls up. When I found that little girl, the first thing she asked about was her cousin Maya Faye.
Really?
The bridge had burned down. She was huddled up in that tiny shack with no heat, even though she must have had a truly terrifying night out there. She asked about you before she said a thing about herself.
Really?
I noticed that you weren't anywhere on the Inner Temple side, but I couldn't find it in me to tell her that, so I gave her my last cup.
You gave her coffee?
With milk and sugar to hide the bitterness of the harsh truth.
Poor girl can't sleep for the next 2 days.
What a sweet story, Sniffle.
You had a thermos of coffee? Why does that surprise me? There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godo when the murder was taking place? Yeah, it's a picture. How could he have seen that picture, you know? Because here's the thing. If he's talking about the Western case, the gravy happened in the morning. So that kind of lines up with when Godo said he was at the Inner Temple. No. No, it does not. Because overnight happened, the murder happened, and then Pearl was still stuck on the other side for a bit. So Pearl immediately went to splash the cold gravy on Misty Faye's painting, and then she was like stuck there for a bit. So that implies that if there was gravy there, maybe I'm stretching, because he could have examined afterwards and seen the gravy too. Kind of feels like Godo should be the one on the stand, right? Like, I got questions for you, sir. No, doesn't need sleep. She needs to farm mats or data. She's on that grind. You know, it's surprising you give coffee to a 9-year-old. No wonder she's been feeling so anxious, you know? Girl had her first cup of coffee. It is sweet that he gave her sugar and milk with it, though. He was like, oh yeah, I just have some extra, you know, just in case somebody doesn't like their coffee black. You know what's also crazy? I don't think most people would think this is Misty Faye. I'm not sure if we covered that this was Misty Faye. Oh, I see. Wait, did we cover that this was Misty Faye's picture when Godo was in court? Because one of the court days, it was actually Miles Edgeworth. Was that the day where we discussed that the gravy picture was actually Misty Faye in the back? Because if so, you know, that means Godo saw the picture before it was splashed with gravy and then after. So that part would be suspicious. Off topic, but my gold ship is about to run the arena keynote. Ooh, good luck, Kevin! I hope she wins it! Good luck! Let us know how it goes! I want her to generate that as a new statement, but she's not. Oh, no, here. So actually, though, according to his testimony, he has been there before. Just as I thought, Godo is lying. There we go! New prompt! If his first visit to the Inner Temple really was after the incident, he should know about that piece of evidence. There we go! He's getting more and more suspicious! Is there anything now that prompts? Or was that just a hint? That might just be a hint. I'm scared. I have to watch out, or the trial's gonna end. Yeah, this is a hint. This is a big hint. This is like, I guess, in case you didn't get to that last one and you selected the wrong one. There we go! Mr. Godo, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place. Why do you say that? Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll? Mr. Godo is right! That scroll shows a picture of my mother! Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What's that wonderfully delicious smell? The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But what gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godo, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have any way of knowing that it was Misty Faye. Wait a minute, Nick! Yes? Take another look at that hanging scroll! Look at the top, there's a crest there! That's the mark of the master, correct? But you know what else has it? This right here that we found in the garden. Exactly! So if you know the meaning of the mark, then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Faye on there. True, but Mr. Godo described what was underneath like this, clad in her stunning Japanese garb surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Oh, yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing.
Mr. Godo, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at that inner temple long before the crime took place.
What was bro doing chilling there?
Can I ask you just one little thing, Trite?
What is it?
This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed.
What if he read the note? That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene.
Of course, Mr. Godo knew about the plan. Huh? What did you say? It was open once before. Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan? This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Unsealed? Yes, the killer had long read these instructions before. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the inner temple. You still insist this crafty killer is me? You bet I do. But you just said that the instructions were hidden.
That's right. Mr. Godo couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden.
I mean, Morgan Fay was in jail. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and when was that? During a visit.
A visit?
Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center? Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godo. Yeah, they got access to that stuff.
Why does the gravy still smell good, right? Like, I would think it would smell kind of like musty and nasty now.
Maybe our judge here is just really hungry. Like, everything smells good to him now. Bad news, she came in second. Good news, I didn't get drop kicked.
Those are good news. Oh, second's so good though. Congrats, Kevin.
Bigger question, did we bring the actual groovy-coated scroll to court and not a photo judging the
Digitation? I guess we did. Could you imagine every single time? It's like, Your Honor, give me a second. Let me just unscroll this. What is that? What is that great smell? I'm starting to get hungry. I think we spooked him good. Yeah.
Order, order, order. Mr. Godo, you're under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder.
Guys, I still think it's so crazy that it came to this. That there was another guy behind Elise Joneem, and it was Godo out of all people, and Godo's the prosecutor? Like, this is literally like facing Manfred von Karma in court and it being like, wait a second, you're the guy that shot Edgeworth's dad.
Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet at the same time we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee.
Sorry for always asking, what does that mean?
It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all that just to protect his witness.
He's gonna ask for the motive here, isn't he?
That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I...
There we go! He's asking!
This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her.
You're Diego Armando!
I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
You are in this case because Maya is the younger sister of Mia Fey.
The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural. However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godo? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs.
I knew it! You figured it out, haven't you, Nick?
Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godo for the same reason, huh?
I do feel bad he did it all to protect her. Because he couldn't protect Mia!
Okay, Trite, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. What's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together.
Take that!
There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney.
Wait a second here, Mr. Godo is a defense attorney?
With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godo. His real name is Diego Armando, isn't that right?
Last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando, that name rings a bell. It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Fallis killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Fallis killed himself.
Mia, you can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria.
Oh, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courtroom, you were poisoned.
Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. But very little information about the case was released to the press. But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused.
That's terrible.
Apparently it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poisoned brew. Then one morning my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
5 years? You were asleep for 5 years.
And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death.
Oh, I feel so bad.
The woman you loathed. The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke.
He woke up for nothing! He woke up hoping to see her and she was already gone and he couldn't protect her because he was in a coma! That's so sad!
For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for these 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live?
The first was you, Trite.
Huh? Well, me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see for myself what kind of man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor?
My other reason for living. She goes by the name of Maya Fey.
Oh, you mean?
You were the only one I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do it, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out. Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices. Accomplices? Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey.
Misty sacrificed herself to save her daughter, too!
I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
What? How did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years.
Officially, yes.
What do you mean officially? She left her contact just in case anyone needed it.
You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Crane had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
He planned it all out, just so he could have all those connections. So my mother was cooperating with you?
Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you.
She was always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple.
She stabbed herself with it in case she would hurt her daughter.
That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother!
That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearls, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up.
She was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of, and that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What do you mean?
She channeled the spirit first, and Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of Crane, Misty's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fey wouldn't be able to do it.
What? Is this true? I'm too invested, hear me out. Right, I'm so invested! My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Fey. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple.
Oh, my hair turned white. He said rubbing his black chin stubble. The black chin stubble got spared. What if he specifically just dyed it for style?
just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Godo. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna admit to. Trite. Huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself. The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only 2 possible suspects right now. Maya Fey. And I'm sad to say you, Mr. Godo.
Oh, this is the game over moment! Uh-oh, unfair! Genius seduction set. How did I not notice that earlier? He drew on with comic crafts! So real! He's really good at makeup. So true, Sketch, so true. He had inside connections. I'm back and I made a funny thing. Oh, what did you mean to? So welcome back! We're about to hit the finale right now. Boom! Yeah, we figured this part out as a possibility not long ago. Both of them, Larry did it. Bye-bye, Larry! Goodbye, Larry. It was him all along.
I'm sad to say you, Mr. Godo. Well, Mr. Trite, if you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could finish this on your own.
No, Nick! Please don't!
Maya.
I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godo. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect me and me too.
Maya, I know that.
Nick.
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Miss Fey, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
All right, young lady, tell us what exactly happened at the time of the murder.
My gosh, I feel so bad. He contacted Misty because he knew Misty would do anything to save her beloved daughter. Larry did it, daughters! He did it. Trust, Chad, he did it. It's some discount randomness. You can show it to everyone. Okay, let's take a look. Final testimony. Oh my gosh. We are here for the trial of the Twitch streamer. What do you mean me? Why is she Maya? We don't have anyone better to use her really, so I'll just go ahead, right? Anyways, you're here for the girls. What do you mean she did my HSR husband? Come on, Ashra, we just met her today. We both know there's no way she would. Just go screenshots for me. What? Just take a look. But that isn't good at all. I would never cheat on Donna. Get it together, Phoenix. I know you mostly do murder cases, but this is for the sake of her, the Donna relationship. I tried to Discord screenshots may be real and were used by her account. But you are ignoring all the screenshots she has of Don Hung and Twitch class. What? No. How did you get access to that? Don't worry about that. Now what matters is that it proves she loves Don Hung more than any other man.
There are so many of this single man. No, how could this? Why are there over 1,000? What's wrong with your building the battle of? I'm more concerned about the fact there are so many.
But you're forgetting something, right? This love can't be real. For all we know, this love could be fabricated.
Really has E6 normal Don Hung, E5 is Dragon Form is planning on doing the same for his next form.
If I had the money. That couple would be a sprite is so funny. Literally my face when I look at my wallet and I'm like, oh guys, it's gonna be a moment.
I see no reason to continue this trial. I find the Twitch streamer no as not guilty.
Yubi! Thank you, Your Honor. Goated, truly goated, Your Honor. The right conclusion. I'm so glad Mr. Udgy here knows what he's talking about, chat. Like he is so real, right? Right? Another win for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Thank you for doing that, Tusum. I love it so much. Wait, I'm gonna put it. This is beautiful. I'm gonna watch it many, many times. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for making this for me. gonna cry. Good ending, please, please. I'm innocent. Trust. Trust. Oh my gosh, that Mia turning away, doing her sad little animation where she's like, if I had the money. That is so real. My favorite thing ever. Thank you so much, Duso. I love it so much. Thank you so much for making that for me. I have hydrated. Wait, let me do something real quick. My mic muted. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I typed a hi in the chat. I did something so you guys can see. Yes. So hopefully it updated or something. The internet's a magical place. For real. On the defendant stand, suffering. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I'd asked for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. So if the lights went out, that means she bonked and broke his thing or it malfunctioned for a minute. Right after that, Dolly collapsed and I lost consciousness. Ooh. I think I know what happened. Maya, was the scream? No, that wouldn't have made a difference. The staff was the actual murder weapon. Misty Faye was prepared to do anything to protect her daughter. Misty Faye is powerful, so she would have had some consciousness left. She stabbed herself to protect her daughter when she knew Dahlia was trying to kill her. Oh my gosh. That's what happened. That's gotta be what happened. These red lights, I thought you said you remember seeing them. I'm sorry, I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Things break, try even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? Looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness. Cat's out of the bag at this point, Your Honor. It's not out of the bag, it's another state. Yeah, Your Honor, like, we're going, you know? I'm gonna drink a little bit more. Oof. Yeah. This lime has been sitting in my drink since like 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's like 5.5 hours ago, chat. See, this is why sometimes on the side of cups, they tell you please consume within a certain amount of time. So this doesn't happen to you. So you don't just drink bitterness and pain. It's okay, guys. We're following Ngodo's example. Really bitter. Like you know, the outcome of this case, and you get both the scent of a fresh lemon or lime in this case, and the bitter taste of black coffee. We're truly combining the best of both worlds. Oh my gosh, that last sip was ugh. That was horrid, man. Just lime peel and pain. It's fine. I have another beverage. We are okay. Yeah, I'm still sipping the bitter citrus. I take a while to finish my drinks, which means it can last longer. So I can enjoy the scent of a fresh lemon longer. Spider update. Right, about the spider. Yeah, I don't know where it went. I don't think it left my room. I think I just might be cooked. It's gonna crawl on my face when I sleep, chat. I'm gonna eat a spider tonight. It's so over. I'm so cooked, chat. Like, I have no idea where it is. It was like in the corner, like near the door earlier, and then I was like rushing over to try to like scoop it or something. And then it's just gone! Like, what if it's on the floor? I guess I just can't leave now. Like, I'm sitting on my bed. I guess I just can't touch the floor ever again. Yeah, hello, Evil! How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? Could take an hour drink. I could! But I was lazy! I went to shower, and then I left it in there, and then it died on me. The spiders are going on trial! No! Touch wood! Touch my bed frame! Touch my bed frame! You mean she forgot about that shirt? Oh no, it's somewhere! It's somewhere! We're cooked! Light shining in the dark? I don't think you can make a mistake like that. Yeah, you're right, I thought I saw them, but I can't say for certain. Look at... Oh, whoops. Let me press harder. Just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Goto's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time, but I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. My life was in terrible danger. There's no way she could remember the details of the scene perfectly. What did you do when you saw the red lights? That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I think so, probably. Just at that moment, I heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. Soft scream. Yeah, a woman's voice. Okay, that checks. So that was when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with a murder weapon. Is that right? Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. You know, this could easily be solved if we had fingerprinting technology. Like, we gotta get that fingerprint dusting powder from Case 5 of the first game. What happened after that? She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Struck back? How did you know that? Well, you're right, I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement, and also the smell of blood. You have witnessed more horror than any lady should ever have to in one life. So then, what did you do at that point? I couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier? Yes, I think so, but... They went out. Yeah, suddenly I couldn't see them at all. What could that mean? That the red lights were coming from Dodo's mask and they went out right in the middle of the fight. Maybe the mask was damaged. Somebody... Yeah, it was knocked off or somebody bumped. Or maybe the batteries ran out, right? Or maybe those little red pinhead looking lights just stopped working. What could really have happened then? Somebody got bombed. It was a horrible scream. Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. The scream that you heard then was like, oh, I know what's going on, I think. Get this. Misty Faye was like, oh shoot, Dahlia's trying to kill my daughter. Stabbed herself with the staff. Dahlia didn't know what was going on. She thought the attacker stabbed her, and she was like, whoa, whoa. And then she tried to like fight. And then there was like the dagger too, right? And then there was a horrible scream, so that would have been Godo probably. And because this blood doesn't match the victims, Dahlia used this dagger, and then she stabbed Godo with it, and that's where the scream came from? It's called being considerate. Yes, the spider is being considerate by not interrupting her stream with spider. He just quietly removed himself. He was like, oh, you seem a little bothered. I do really want to tune in, but like, since you're a little afraid of me, I'll just move to the corner of the room, you know? I'll be nice. I can still listen to the audio. How could I not see this? Your Honor, he's just being very considerate and polite. I'm getting teased for not being able to scare kitties when they're in their ultra basic stage. And I'm not sure why Nissan was wrong with wearing a onesie eating and only being 5 feet. Oh? Oh, these sound really cute! How many are there? The onesie sounds cute too!
Yeah, I'm guessing the blood is Godo's then.
Maybe now she'll say it was a man's scream?
The scream that you heard back then was a Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's with... Ah, there we go, there we go.
What?
Godo's hiding a stab wound. He got stabbed.
So then that scream came from the killer?
And then, in the process, the mask got knocked off. That's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. No, I think it's something different. It seems to make sense to me. No, it's something else. My gut feeling's telling me it's something else, chat. 2 kittens? Ooh, have you named them? What color are they? You stab yourself as a Misty Dolly, we take control and smack Godo. I think that's what happened. That's a heck of a thought I rolled out of my brain. So, I think because Misty Faye is a very strong medium. When you're a really strong medium, you can control spirits better and like channel yourself back into your body. Cause I remember from the 3rd case, I believe they were like throwing around that like Maya could have lost herself because the spirit she channeled was too powerful, so she needed like proper training or something. But because Misty is really, really strong, she could have done that at that moment. Like, I think it's completely feasible.
Seems to make sense to me. It sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct. She's like, oh, figures, you know, it's never right anyway.
Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream. Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim. And we also know that the staff was left in the body to taper off the blood. We heard from Iris's testimony. Is that right? She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff.
If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Trite.
There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as a weapon here.
Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. What could she have used to strike back at the killer? Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree.
Yes, the detective found that this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well.
Show us your arms, Godo!
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean he was wounded.
But there's blood, and we know it's not the victim's.
For all we know, the blood in the dagger could have been from the victim.
you forgotten that the blood had already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
This is like us using the metal detector on Von Karma's arm! So you're saying the blood on this dagger belonged to the victim? Or to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godo, it would prove that it's your blood.
Nice theory, Trent. Order in the court.
Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the result of a scientific test. What if it's less convoluted than we thought? Maybe it was... Cause it was from the back. That's something I noticed from this new dialogue that I forgot. The stab was from the back. So it was from the back. It is simpler than we thought. It was Godo. Godo saw Misty attacking her, knew what was happening, and as a fail-proof measure that he discussed with Misty, he took the staff, he stabbed her through the back with it. And then Dahlia stumbled. She took the knife and she stabbed him back. Yeah, oh shit, Pursuit! We're getting close! Judge, how do you even get this job? You forget everything in a single day. Maybe he used to be really good at his job, but like as he got older, he started to forget. But because he was like such a homie and there weren't a lot of people wanting to be judges, they were like, yeah, we'll just keep him here, you know? He does a decent job. Huh. Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? You can't see blood! But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yeah, so what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and planted another person's blood on it. That can't be! In any case, there's only one thing I can guarantee, Trite. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me. But it's not the victim's. You sure?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Wait, huh?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, witness, continue your testimony.
Oh, wait a minute!
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Maya! She's really trying to protect him.
Maya.
This dagger, you said that it wounded the killer.
That's right.
But if Mr. Godo had really been cut with a dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right?
Maya?
Maybe he just changed his clothes? That solved the contradiction pretty easily. Yeah, I just assumed he, like, changed his clothes, you know? What if he took his, like, vest off and he put it back, like, on so nobody could see the part that was ripped? There could also be the thing with, like, the helmet. But then the helmet would maybe protect against the blood, though. Do we poke him? How many cups of coffee is gonna drink? Just yes, too many. Yeah, he's like 80% coffee now. It's not my blood, but the fact I can't see my blood.
She's like, yeah, I didn't know it was blood until someone told me. I was like, blood? On this knife? You sure about that?
She's trying so hard. Oh, right? She's really trying to cover for him. Pat Maya on the head. She's trying her best. She doesn't want any harm to come to him.
You can't change clothes? That's against video game rules?
Godo, your arm, please. Roll up your sleeve. You know, like, you got a cut on your arm. Maybe he just changed his clothes. That'll solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there.
Oh, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed, then the police headed for the inner temple. Mr. Godo was already there waiting for him.
He never had a chance to change his clothes. Oh. Get this, chat. Get this, chat. He was wearing the uniforms in the room. He was wearing the clothes.
the shrine maiden outfit thing. And then he just changed back. So how would anyone ever know? They had a bunch of them in that room. And he brought her there, so he could have just changed. And he had access to the courtyard with the incinerator, and I believe we saw some clothes there. Right? So he could have just burned them. Bonk Suddy! You can probably see the blood's contrast with the silver blade but bends in on the white stone. Then, oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. That is a good point. Hello, Astro. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. How would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
Did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way, he wouldn't get any blood on them. That's impossible, Trite. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. Also, where would anyone bring any clothes? After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid.
No, he had clothes. He had clothes in that storeroom. I know it.
Huh. So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Right now, if Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. You know, I get good, Phoenix, right? If Mia Fey was here, come on, Trite. Can't you do it or not?
He's like, I almost want you to just find out what happened so I could just go to jail. Like, just end this case.
How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godo of being the killer.
I have indeed. I think I know what happened. And how would someone commit a murder with no clothes on at a cold dark night? Yeah, like, I don't think he would flash Maya like that. That wouldn't be really nice.
How can you prove it? Have you even got one piece of evidence? The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Huh, that's good. Bitter till the bitter end, right? Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point.
Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot! Unlimited penalty!
Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godo? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need.
Bro, there's nothing here that says extra chest of clothes. Like, there's no one that shows the courtyard though. Oh man.
Do I? Give me a break, Trite. You've got nothing. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I gotta think outside the box and approach this from a different angle.
Different angle. Should I turn my head? I'm turning my head.
All right then, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've got.
The OG pursuit!
All or nothing. We're going.
I propose he was shitless for a split second. He just like took off his shirt, fought Dahlia Hawthorne, and just put it back on. Like he was prepared.
Don't forget the profiles. That is right. We do have profiles.
Let's look through the profiles.
All right then, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've got. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
We just said it was impossible for him to hit instantly. If he had been cut by a dagger, that should have been a blood stain on his clothes.
There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound.
It's behind
behind his helmet? What if it's behind his helmet? That's why the lights went off. What did you say?
Hidden?
This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothes. I need to show how he hit the wound. He has a helmet that could obscure part of his face. It's the end of the line, the final stop, Trite. Let's hear what you've got. Where's this location where you say the killer hit his wound? Maybe I was not thinking in terms of the... It is in terms of the body, right? Not a place. I'm scared. Oh, Router, oh no! Goodbye, Larry. Okay, so it's Larry. He took his beret. He hit his arm with it, you know? It's Jover. I think it's his helmet. You're wearing a big helmet. You could hide something in a big helmet. Where's this location where you say the killer hit his wound? Oh no, maybe I'm misinterpreting this. Where's the location where he bandaged up his wound? Did I save? Yeah, I saved. Insta-kill. Oh, ah! Scary out here. If you can see me, I'm going to try for murder right. Oh no, I hope your Router gets us some Bacon. If it's his helmet, wouldn't it just be his face as evidence? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if they mean like something on him, then it would just be his profile. And then we point to the helmet on his face. I think they're leaning more towards on his body rather than the location where he could have like hid and then like bandaged everything up. I think it's just his profile, honestly. I did save. I'm gonna close my eyes. So that's just my face. Huh, I don't know what you're talking about, and frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lore she was. Isn't that right, Trey? Ah, I see. Maybe they're talking about physical location. Unlimited penalty, alright. You think it has to be his face? Maybe it was his face and he was just baiting us for a second. Are you trying to pressure me? Let me reread this part first and see if they're hinting more at a physical location or a location on his body. I got the evidence! It's a picture of your face! One place he could have hidden his wound. Different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothes. I need to show how he hit his wound. How he hit his wound. How he hit his wound. Where's this location where you say the killer hit his wound? Isn't that the helmet? Because if he was wearing his normal clothes, there would have been blood stains. There would have been like, you know, tears in his clothes. The only place on his body where he could reasonably hide something that doesn't show us his helmet. And that would explain the helmet like losing light for a second. Yeah, I'm thinking it's his face. It has to be his face, right? I'll call Phoenix or Bacon. Fast Ace Attorney, you'll be just fine, Bacon. You'll get off not guilty. Is she? Oh boy, oh boy. Because then if we think in terms of physical locations, he was in the little garden. But if he got stabbed in the body, he would still have like defects in his clothes, even if he went somewhere else to try to like, you can't really hide it, you know? The only way is if he got stabbed like in the helmet area and he just like, he got like a giant scar and he like put it on or something. And then that would explain the light going off. There's a possibility that he changed into the Shrine Maiden clothes. I
ahead of time because there's like a bundle there for the acolytes. He was in the gear with his helmet, and then he was like, "Choo." And then after that, he brought Maya back to that room, and he just changed back into his clothes. I feel like that's not what they're hinting at, though. That might be a little bit too outside of the box. Who has something that can hide a wound nearby? I think it's his helmet, honestly, because helmet's the best place to hide a wound. There's nothing else you can really hide a wound with. And this is specifically Iris's hood. No, really not his helmet. Because there's nothing about, like, burned clothes, you know? Burned clothes in the inner... Because this is, like, the outside courtyard. This is the tracks. Yeah, there's nothing that shows that really specific guarding with the incinerator. And this is just the bridge. It's gotta be his helmet, right? What if he was just scaring us? Because he said something that sounded a little scary. And that's not clear enough. It's gotta be his helmet. I mean, what else would it be? You can hide it with a gravy. Because I said so! They had no time to change his clothes, didn't they? Yeah, he didn't really have much time. That thing happened really, really quickly, too. Like, unless he was, like, really camping there for a while. I think he got baited. I think I got baited by him saying things that made it seem like I wasn't right. Okay, I'll present it again. I'll actually let him finish his side. Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. Maybe this is when we point to the helmet on his head. What I know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Trite? Mia was here! What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. She's there! During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. I was right, I got baited. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godo, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved. Oh my gosh! His mask just exploded! Huh? He's still wearing it? He's not gonna show us! Okay. Okay. His initial response is the same whether you're right or wrong. Oh! Just baited us for real. Okay, Ghost, I thought it was the hood. Honestly, the hood was a good one, too. Like, you could just hide everything underneath it, you know? Yeah, woo! He was mindful. He really was. Boom! Checkmate, Godo! Just now, I saw her spirit in you. You know what? You are worthy of carrying on her legacy. I think I can accept you now. I can go to jail in peace knowing that Mia Fey's legacy lives on through you. I never liked you 6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Godo. But I knew. I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was you yourself? I was the one. I knew it. He blames Phoenix so much because he feels bad that he couldn't protect her. It wasn't Phoenix's responsibility too.
But he hates that he was weak, he got poisoned, he landed in a coma, and because of it, there was no one that could have protected Mia. Because he blamed himself so much, and that's why he went to such great lengths to protect Maya. She was the only thing left.
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya! Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
What do you mean?
Are you listening? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
You would have talked to Mia first. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Virus and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved.
Yeah, you could have talked to Phoenix.
Do you know why? The real reason?
No, why? Because he couldn't bring himself to.
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me.
You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya.
Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night in the darkness of the garden when I saw her silhouette. A part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Fey or even that little girl, but I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Fey? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. A stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from me. Instead, you picked up where she left off as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godo. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando! I believe in you! I knew you were trying to save me! Oh, the blood from his mask, from his wound!
Thanks.
Your wound, it's bleeding.
Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears.
Tears?
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando!
You do well to remember this story. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Oh my gosh!
This time, it really is all over, isn't it?
Defend it.
Yes, Your Honor?
Although you you weren't directly involved in the murder. Tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in itself.
I understand, Your Honor.
Mr. Armand?
Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me for what?
For the case 5 years ago, of course.
I just remembered, weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years ago, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
The one he dated was Iris? No wonder she's so attached to him. What do you mean?
You and my sister only met twice.
Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courtroom. Next time you met her was 8 months ago.
She was the one that knit him the sweater! I was thinking, I was like, no way she would have put in that much care if she didn't like him remotely. She really genuinely did love him.
You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Duke Swallow was killed.
No way! It just can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
It wasn't Dahlia.
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 8 months.
Dahlia was like, I want to date this guy. You do it, Iris. And Iris was like, yeah, I like this guy. I'll date him. But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back for me in her place?
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something as simple as that. 8 months passed, and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't console me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
Noticed what?
My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, even if it meant her life or mine.
Iris!
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
Oh, she really did love him! And he felt so betrayed afterwards!
I have something to say to you too.
Yes?
You really are the person I
always thought you were! He did fall in love with the right person!
Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty,
He gets closure, I'm so glad!
I still believed in you.
Thank you.
He's like, wow, look at this telenovela. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. How many telenovelas have I witnessed in my lifespan? I also don't really know.
This will change your appreciation of Phoenix's very first scene in the anime. What? Truly a telenovela! I think I understand my mother, so she never.
I think your mother should watch this case. She'll be like, wow, telenova for real. Actual telenovela.
Are you a Phoenix times Maya or a Phoenix times Iris? I see like the Phoenix Maya dynamic more like that's Phoenix's like younger sister in a sense, because Mia was his mentor, so I like to view it as he takes care of her because Mia's gone, you know, and he needs to take care of her younger sister. I think I'm more for Phoenix Iris. I love you, Iris. Ma! Another coffee. It's truly deep. I'm a Phoenix times Edgewood Page. No, real. Sunny, real. Me too. Also, like, yeah, Maya, I think Maya just turned 18. Wasn't she like, oh no, she's like 19 now, but I think like when we met her, she was like 16, 17? Yeah, Iris was the one in that makes so much more sense now, because like, would you really like knit a whole cute sweater for a guy you didn't like? Like, Donathan never strikes me as someone who's patient, and knitting something from hand is something you have to love someone a lot to do. Like, that's a lot of work. Like, I've knitted maybe one scarf, and that took a while. Like, imagine knitting a sweater. Like, you must really, really love the guy a lot to knit him a sweater from scratch. Your theory was right, Cranio! No way! I feel bad for Armando. Like, he's like, no, I'm not that good of a person. I must have did it because I wanted revenge. And then Maya's like, no, I believe you. You're a good guy, Diego. Like, I know Mr. Armando. He said it's just a tear because it's all over. He can finally cry after all that he experienced. Oh, in early drafts, every character from the Fake Clan dies except Maya. Godo ignored Red White in blaming Phoenix for Mia's death. Really? Oh my gosh! That is kind of crazy. Oh, linguistic coincidence? Now that you think about it, yeah, that's kind of... She really is ignoring the red on white. Wow, that's a neat tidbit. I hate these switchers so much. I think this one's really sweet though. Like, at least, because Phoenix really took it hard. And earlier in this case, he asked Iris. Like, he was like, and we knew at the time that Iris was actually Dahlia. He was like just so confused by the outcome. He was like, I genuinely love Dahlia so much. Like, was everything we had a lie? Like, he loved her so much. He's still thinking about it so many years later. And then she tells him now she did genuinely love him. No wonder she was all blushy and everything when she saw him.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though. Right now, this one is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix, right? Oh! Wow, she's drinking to that! Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Miss Elise Donim. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant.
Not guilty! What is the average amount of years you get sentenced to if you're an accomplice for a crime, actually? Like, if you're an accomplice for a murder? Like, tampering with evidence like Iris did? How many years in jail do you normally get?
Court is now adjourned.
February 10, 4:51 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Where are these coffees spawning from? He just has like unlimited coffees underneath his desk, I guess. He's just goated. Listen, game, can we sit down and have a heart-to-heart? Okay, it's such a good intro. If it's covered, it's good, but... They're really going everywhere. They must have been really, really tight-knit, like, doing these things all along. Like, going back and forth. That also explains why, like, Iris really tried to beg him to, like, give the necklace back after 8 months. Because if it was, like, 8 months, like, Dahlia would have given up, like, week 1. She'd be like, this guy isn't giving it back? Time to take matters in my own hands. But Iris was like, can you please give it back? Can I please have it back? And Feeny was like, no, but it's a gift you gave me. I love it. You know, it's our first gift ever. And she was like, I can't argue with this guy. He's so sweet. Depends someone's forever. Since it's JV based, I'm assuming you've matched the murder too. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, she's in jail forever. February 10, 4:51 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Because this murder in Japan is 5 years to life depending on circumstances. Oh, maybe in this case, maybe Iris will get... Maybe because we figured out what happened, maybe Iris will get the, like, more lenient sentence? Japan California assumed a minimum 5 to 6 years given this game's logic. Yeah, maybe 5 years for her. I guess it's all over. The way everything ended was justice really served. The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. I do feel bad because if he didn't interfere, Maya wouldn't even be here anymore. But that's just how the law works, you know? Of course justice was served. Mia! I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You helped him come to terms with himself. But he saved her because he cared. You mean with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. Mia, don't go! I still need you around! You've accomplished something I wasn't able to do. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Yeah, sure we'll meet again someday, Phoenix. I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Hello! Maya, are you doing okay? Nick! Maya, I guess it's just like my sis said. Mia, what did you say? That night, when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. But... Come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick. Maya, how can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Youch! Oh, she's here! For Francisco. Still Sophie as always, Phoenix, right? Edgeworth! Excellent work, right? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that yet. Edgeworth and Francisca have actually been helping me. Helping you? Don't tell anyone, but he pretended to be a defense attorney. But no one needs to know. If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow, but where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. Wow, he must have been really attached to that gift. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth, and you too, Francisca. I don't suppose. Hey, it's Larry! There's room for me in this group hug, is there? Oh, Larry! Oh, not the music! What's with the, longer than usual face? Parish spots! Oh boy, the happy music! I
realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once.
That's not true, right, Nick?
You drew that silly little picture! What, you're asking me?
Well, Nick, is it true?
Oh, yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I was going for— No! Oh yeah, those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edward? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say that they lack resemblance.
Do you really mean it? What about you, Frenzy? Did I draw you well too? Wah!
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. She's like, Francisca, you gotta tell him he's feeling bad. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something.
So then you'll do it like you promised?
You're going to model for my picture book? Don't get carried away.
I love how when someone asks Francisca nicely, she caves. Like she really is just the softie. Well, what about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. Painting a pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls, where could she have gone? Normally, she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. I'll be right back. I hope she's okay.
Oh no, she collapsed!
Hey, Pearly!
Right, you seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand either. Francisca, that's right, she lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
What do you mean by now is exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she.
Pearl learning that she was supposed to kill her cousin?
I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too. I think I understand who it was that she's trying to stay strong for.
How? Then tell me, Phoenix Wright, who is Maya Faye being strong for?
Take that!
Pearl Faye. The poor kid, after all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Pearl clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Faye's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. And that's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake until she could see her smile again.
She's so sweet.
Hey, Gumshoe! What's up, Gumshoe? Yay!
It's okay not to say anything, Nick. He does care. He's like, my friend's a little annoying, but I do want to make sure he's alright.
After this case, I recommend Crown of Pencil, Short Fanfic, The Dry Branch, Archive of Our Own.
Ooh, thank you for the recommendation, Astro. Guys, I'm hating my router for real big time. Oh no, is it still being stinky? I'm so sorry, Bacon. I hope it speeds up soon.
Oh hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we got a bunch of— Ouch! What was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? You know, this and that. Anyways, congrats on your wig. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. Yay! Dinner with Gumshoe! My salary's just sorta kinda gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Oh, wow! He's treating us all with his salary! Guys, Gumshoe was honestly the sweetest person ever. Like, he eats cup of noodles on a normal basis, and he's treating us to a Michelin star first-class French restaurant. Like, Like, he's truly the best ever. He is so sweet. I love Goshu, right? He's so sweet. Best guy ever. Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was worth. You know, you could also pay for the meal too, Von Carmet, or increase his paycheck. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe, you said first-class French restaurant. You don't mean... Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. Where else would it be? Just bien, where else? I knew it. We're doomed. $20 T-bone steak, guys. And he wants to see Maggie. Like, he's gonna go out of his way to see Maggie. Come on, let's go. Everyone can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you crybaby, you're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be eating at the loser shack, eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh no, what happened to Pearls? Did she go back home? Oh Maya, what's wrong? Nick, what did I do? What do I do, Pearlie? I can't find her anywhere. I bet she just went home, that's all. I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her. This has never happened before. Oh no, I hope she's okay. As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya. But none of this was her fault. What should I do? Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Maya and I will join you guys once we find Pearls. Nick! Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Ah! Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't. But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that Pearls might have gone to. She went back to talk to Sister Bikini? It's that restaurant again! Yeah, she's missing. I hope she's alright. February 10th, Hazakura Temple main gate. Hazakura Temple! For Pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon? This is Sister Bikini! I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here. Pearlie is here? She's in the train hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay. She locked herself in there? Pearlie's not here. Maya, the hanging scroll. She wants to fix it. Someone clean it off. It's gotta be Pearls. Mystic Maya. Pearlie. Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya. Mystic Maya. We just have each other now. I swore that I would never trouble the two of you again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother. That's why you came here? It's the least I could do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie just to make me feel better. No, really, it's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't here, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. Aww, that's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Crane, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me until the day I die. Your spirit was with her, and that's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets.
She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? Maybe we should give her the talisman to reassure her. There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? They need to have that talisman to never take the charm off until the day you die.
What's the master's talisman?
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather it was the contents. She left a note for her in there? Oh my gosh! That's...
A photo?
Mother! It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives, but what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Oh, they did the same thing! That face has been broken ages ago! Wow, Mystic Misty's spirit has been gone! Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return time and time again. Look at little Maya crying! And Mia trying to fix it for her! Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando. They're actually repairing it right this time though, because Mia can read. And Maya's mother too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. This is a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we overcome today.
What? I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I will be back for more training, I promise. And they're her adopted daughters now! They're all taking care of each other since Iris is gonna be gone. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3. For when you come back. Ho 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 hee hee hee. Alright, we're going to have a grand feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. You know, I'm suddenly really craving steak. Steak with asparagus. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight.
You know, there's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to, but
What is it, Nick?
reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3?
Come on, you're gonna come with us, Nick.
You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can try right side up. He's like, no, I think I'm good.
Huh. I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you.
No, I think I'm good. I think regular care is just fine.
Huh? It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course naturally. It's a good idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
You know, I was wondering if I could say just one little thing.
Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too.
Well then, here goes nothing.
Objection!
The credits!
I'll really have to work extra hard now. Master Karina and the office manager of writing cola offices, and I have to be an extra good sister to write in.
To me too?
Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that. She's like, you too, Nick. I'll be your big sister. You're kind of irresponsible, you know. Someone's got to look out for you. So it's true. Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through with a special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course here, too. I think I'll surprise the 2 of them by making them a secret reservation.
We're done! Yippee! Oh wow! Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal. I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
No, yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir. She loves him for who he is. Don't worry about that. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. Oh, they're together. That's so sweet. She got him a new coat. Mr. Wright, I am once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of Crane exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year. She taught me how to use the whip and said that I must show you what I've learned. Oh no! Oh no, I think I'm good, but thank you. Da 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 da. Oh hey, it's Ron. Tessie and I started a company called Mass to Mass Consulting. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals in the city. Our motive is cut it out, please! Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to the criminals as kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals.
Wow, helping both sides. Well, I guess that's creating business for yourself. Good business plan, maybe?
I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre, so I lent him $500,000 and a tea set, a special thick tea one I mixed with my own hands. I bet he's drinking it now when they're compromised.
Oh no, what did you put in there, girl? You lent me $500,000? I think I better not spend that. She might be charging us interest.
I'm just old and in the way. A rimpling, crumbling, crown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old, and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper.
You know, he's younger than I thought he was. I thought he'd be in his 70s, like his late 70s. You're not aging well, are you, sir?
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Mata.
That's just backwards again!
As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly.
She really has a specific criteria for hiring these people, doesn't she?
My, more reporters. Since the murder made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual, especially in spring. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Wow.
Wow, she's like rolling in cash, man. She can afford to spruce up the place a bit. Think we'll be eating more than just gravy soon. Some filet mignon with some red wine.
You've turned into such a respectable man, Fanny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Iris. We're fine, you know? Just Pearl slapping me. Oh! Ooh! Bed Grom in June. Oh, the VAs!
Objection!
Dun 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 dun.
Objection!
Dun 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 dun.
Objection!
Ooh!
Objection!
He just threw that cup!
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
I wonder if David ever has to drink copious amounts of water after a recording session. That is the screechiest screech I have ever heard in my life. Hey, it's Old Bag.
What's this? I'm back from a long and tired vacation. No one's here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit, and I got no one. What kind of lonely, crazy, secure room is this supposed to be anyway? With all the flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. And now, what am I going to do with all these macadamia nuts? I'll bring them over to Edgy Poo. I knew what he'd say. I really can't accept these. I'm afraid of something like a painful to this fragile heart. Oh, and well, if you're a gentleman who treat me like a fine lady.
Larry's found his calling in life. What can I say?
I finally found something I love to do. Franzie's Whippity Whip Trip is gonna turn the art world.
I think it'd be for adults.
I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist, a really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all.
I'm not gonna lie, but like, I do feel like art is Larry's strong suit. Like, he's got the creativity for it. Oh, we're all here! Look at him in his new coat, too. Aww. Oh my gosh! Congrats on completing the trilogy. Thank you, Nishiki. It was so peak. We're done. Wow. Yes, it means I love you, Maya. Congrats. Thank you, Stingray. Oh, he just can't help himself from staring at Iris. He is love-struck. Now that he's known that, like, quote-unquote, Dahlia truly loved him back, like, he is so back in. Like, when he saw Iris already, he was, like, super flustered. And he really held on to that hood. Like, things are happening, chat. The minute Iris leaves, you know? They will be hanging out very often. Congrats, Larry. Thank you, Sonny. Yeah, that was the credits of all time. Gosh, the picture with Mia and Maya's kids was so cute. Who knew that they also shattered it once before?
Hello, Chilitas. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? Learn something from slighter children to keep them happy.
It wasn't your fault at all, Pearl. Trust. Only because my parents said that. Wait a minute! Oh no, I think Chilitas just realized something.
An official phase tradition.
Truly. You know, it's... They gotta start documenting this, you know? Maybe somebody else before me and Maya broke it.
Maya and Phoenix and 3-1, I used to break things all the time when I was little, you know? Well, Pearls and Agents seem to picked up where you left off, the same object, no less.
Oh, the throwback! This is the reason why we get nice things. We gotta, like, baby-proof the office, you know? You never know. Maya might accidentally knock something over.
I don't think we have to be using the credits before I could be wrong.
You're right. Maybe not. I'm gonna use Girl Sword now for the next Ace Attorney game. Ooh. I have a lot of games lined up, so it might be a while before the next Ace Attorney game. But I really love the Great Ace Attorney. And I actually played the Great Ace Attorney, like, I think it was actually the game that I played before I started streaming. So I unfortunately wasn't able to stream it, but I really love the game a lot and I had so much fun with it. So I think the next Ace Attorney game I play will be the Great Ace Attorney again. I played in the year it dropped on the Switch. I don't remember what year that was, but I'm hoping that, like, if I let it sit for a while, I'll, like, forgore more. Like, I'm starting to kind of forgore, like, a good amount of it, so I think it's, like, the time to start again. Like, it's honestly a masterpiece. If you guys haven't gotten the Great Ace Attorney yet, you guys should, because it's really good. And, yeah, it's, like, 2 games. It's 2 games in 1, and it goes on sale on Steam pretty often, too. So definitely get it if you're contemplating a good game to play. SJ was your problems. Yes! We nailed it this time! At least gonna finish Apollo Justice before I do. Maybe we can play it together at the same time, Sketch.
This one Karma, and he had a voice too.
Yeah, huh, I wonder who voiced Von Karma. We learned a bit about Jaws, just that too, maybe. Gosh, my lineup is kind of stacked. Like, I think, so the next game I'm gonna play during the Ace Attorney time slot is Pokemon ZA. And I think Pokemon ZA is slotted to have a few DLCs. I'm not sure if they'll come out with the DLCs immediately though. So definitely, I'll play through those DLCs and I'll play Pokemon ZA next. But I'm not sure about the game after, because I do have Persona 3 Reload, I do have Yakuza 1 and 2, there's Tomodachi Life, and there's a new Fire Emblem game coming out, and I also have Tears of the Kingdom. I have quite a game selection stacked. So I'm doing a
contemplate. Too many cool games coming out, chat. Too many options. 2021. Oh, thank you, Astro. 2021. Yeah, so it's been like 4 years, almost 5. So like, may I say 6 years? I mean, I should have forgotten a good amount, except for like, I will always remember Herlock Sholmes dangling off of like interesting locations, and then him going like, yeah, I'll bite the soap, I'll taste the soap for science. The irreparable impact that Herlock Sholmes has had on me. The amount of silly things he has done, it will always be on my mind. I waited 10 years between DD and SOJ. Oh, do you feel like the waiting made it like extra super duper cool? Hello, Neo. How are you? Thanks for stopping by today. How are you? Oh no. Was that is it 10 years between the games? That's a long time to wait. It must have been hard waiting for an update. I know, like right now, like Ace Attorney fans are like, when's the next game gonna come out? Because it's been a while since we gotten one. Like, we got Investigations, which was nice, but Investigations was like a localization of a pre-existing game. Didn't you say you always stopped one of the games like Case 5 or something recent because memory was no good? Oh yeah, so that was actually for the first Ace Attorney game in the trilogy. I actually stopped on the 5th case of the Great Ace Attorney also because I liked the game so much I didn't want it to end, so I just never finished it. But one thing I really liked about the Great Ace Attorney is they will mark on investigation if you miss something, so you don't have to kind of like run around and try and see if you missed something to get the story to advance. They'll mark the location you need to return to with an exclamation mark, and I believe you'll be prompted like, I feel like I had something to do here before. There are a lot of references to the trilogy in the Great Ace Attorney that I didn't really get the first time either because I actually started on the Great Ace Attorney. So I think going back to it now would be really nice. And I'll be able to get those references. There's also like a log, which is that was super helpful for me when I played the Great Ace Attorney. Because sometimes when you're really analyzing things when you play Ace Attorney, you kind of like forget a little bit of what they said beforehand. But the Great Ace Attorney has like a log function, so you can always go back and re-examine everything, which I really appreciate. Stay here till without your life. Yes! I gotta make little me, and then make little Dan Hung, and then like little multiple characters, and I'll make you guys too! Guys, don't steal my husband though, chat. Don't steal Dan Hung from me! Or I'll make a Dan Hung #2. I'll keep making more Dan Hungs, as many as it takes. We'll have like 50 Dan Hungs in the apartment complex. Until one finally decides to, you know, get together with mine. You know, it'll work out. Eventually. I need to start on Spirit of Justice soon. Ooh, one Stingray. Spirit of Justice is the one with, I forgot his name, but then the prosecutor whose name starts with an, is it an N? He's like the one with like the prayer beads, right? And he has like long hair. Now to rehash myself on the past streams I missed. Yes, thank you so much for rewatching the past streams, Bacon. Have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for rewatching them. That's the one, yes. Yeah, oh my gosh, Hobo Feeny ears. That's the one where he gets all the beanies and everything and he adopts a dog. Yeah, Nahuta! I was hoping for a PC release. I eventually got a tablet and put SOJ on that. Ooh, fun! Oh, also Bacon! Yesterday, I finished the 3.6 story quest for Honkai Star Rail. And if you really like the Astral Express trio, I highly recommend watching yesterday's. I would watch, videos 2 and 3. One was mostly like OBS being stinky, but like the full story quest was on video 2. So yeah, if you want to rewatch it, it was really good and it was super duper sweet. Did you cry? It was really touching, and the ending scenes were really cool too. Gosh, I love Astral Express Trio. Like, they're so important to me. I love how we thought that I won't say anything. My mouth is closed. And we also started a little bit of the cute little Raising Dino event too, the little Dromass event. We're gonna continue that next Saturday. While I roll for Dan Hung too. And before me, Aurelia goes for me by dates. No! I guess if that's what me or Elliot decides, you know, who am I to object? We all cried, yes! It was so touching! I've honestly wanted to play Tomodachi Life since I learned about its existence. Like, I learned kind of when, like, nobody was really playing on the 3DS anymore. I would see those, like, silly little videos of, like, people and their Miis doing little dances online, and I was like, I want to play too, but then they didn't really have, like, that anymore. So I was like, oh, you know? I feel like, you know, playing Tomodachi Life on the 3DS is such, like, a core experience. And now that they released this new one, I was like, I have to play this game. Like, it's calling to me! Oh, also. I have a surprise for next stream. I will show you guys on Saturday. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks to getting Evernight, I can get the Emporius Trio when Danhung comes. Yes! Oh! They'll be all together! They can reunite too on your team! Yes! A surprise weekend! I may hint about what the surprise may be sometime during this week on Twitter and on Discord. Just a little hint. I wonder how Nahyuta is as a prosecutor. I heard he's like... Is he a little arrogant? From what I heard? He's like a little composed and arrogant. The only problem is like... But then again, most prosecutors are arrogant, so I guess... I know there's like Blackwell too, with his like chains. Like he's in jail or something, but he's still prosecuting? Only problem is I don't have a good healer. Oh, if you roll Gallagher, if Gallagher's featured anytime soon, Gallagher's a pretty solid healer. And it also Hyacinth rerun. I need to get Hyacinth when she comes back too. Like, she's super good. I think I need to get Trivy. I need to get Saridra. Most likely emphasis on Saridra, just because I pretty much have everyone else on her team except for her. And then Hyacinth, I think, are the 3 Crisis Heirs I should pick up. I feel Metopia was also core nostalgia on the same system, but Tomodachi hits different core. Hits way harder for core memory. Ooh, there's just something so impactful about it. I love games where you can create like little people, and it's just little people living their best lives with other little people. Blackwell, my second favorite prosecutor. Ooh! Ooh! Blackwell is one of my friends' favorite prosecutors, so I'm excited to meet him. Prosecute from prison, COVID era work. What can I say? He is dedicated for his job. Like, bro is getting his paycheck. Natasha can't do her job and keep down on what? Yeah, Natasha's a bit of a rough healer, unfortunately. Has Gallagher been featured in a banner recently? If not, I hope you'll be able to get Gallagher soon. Gallagher's pretty solid. And Huohuo too, if Huohuo gets a rerun. Cause Evernight works on DOT teams, right? If I'm not mistaken. And I know Huohuo works well on DOT teams. So if Huohuo comes around, you can get her too. I think Lingsha's normally used most in break teams with Firefly if you're interested as well. I hope the new Tomodachi Life has a similar makeup and wig system to Neutopia. I hope so! That'd be really fun! Because I know some people are making like really like accurate and cool anime haircuts and stuff. On Neutopia. It'd be really cute. I want to make my person like in the style of the Chibi Gurumi plushes that they have in claw machines in Japan. Just like Little Bean Me and Little Bean Danhung. I heard that they were coming out with an Imbibitor Lune like Shibigurumi. I'm not sure where they are along that process, but I need to get it. I wish I could win him myself, but like, I don't know. I'll have to be there when he drops. I want one though. I like the Chibi Gurumis. They're so cute, and then they're like 10 cm, so they're very pocket-sized. I typically recommend Huohuo, Hyacinth, and Gallagher for healers. Oh, and also, I don't know if they're giving the dice out, the golden dice still, but if you really need a healer, you could golden dice Lorcha. Like, he's not bad, it's just I heard Gallagher is pretty on par with him, and Gallagher is a 4-star, so he's more easily, like, accessible. Welcome to Will Manifest! Manifest, please! But oh my god, gosh, guys, like, I can't believe it's all over. Like, I think I've been working on the trilogy since February of this year. Like, wow. Oh my gosh.
Alright, well, check in. I is 10 minutes from being 4. Oh my gosh, it's so late for you! Please don't let me keep you, and thank you so much for stopping by to watch today. It's going to be late for you. Thank you so much for stopping by today, Bacon. Take care, Russell. Sleep well. Good night. And thank you so much for stopping by today. Take care, Russell. Sleep well. Good night. Take care. Have a good eve. No, but the problem is all of them are currently non-existent. Oh, like, yeah, it's rough. I guess if you really, really have to... Oh, Lynx isn't bad either if you manage to roll Lynx. I would recommend Gallagher the most for 4-star. But Lynx is pretty okay too if you need Lynx. But Natasha's a little bit rough to work with. I remember like at the very start I used Natasha because she was the only healer and it was a little difficult. Call Phoenix for me. I'll be in the Tenta Center soon enough after my Will do! How do the ads go? 1-800 1111 bring.
Hey, is this Writing Code Law offices? Yeah, it's me. So I'm calling on behalf of a client who fist fought his router. He's currently in the detention center. Can you please give him a visit? It's like, oh yeah, sure I can. Okay, I'll head over there right now.
Lynx's direct upgrade to Natasha should use her until Yellen and say, Lynx was my main healer for a while until I got Gallagher, and I was like, wait a second, Gallagher is pretty goated. I also like how Gallagher like builds off of break, I believe. So if I'm having trouble because I don't really have any like fire type DPSs, I just kind of throw Gallagher at them. Like I just keep spamming his ult. So he like breaks some shields and also heals people. He's pretty good. Something is Gallagher was streaming caught off guard, then he put the soda can heal. He's like, have some soda. Soda for you, everybody gets a soda. But yeah, I think this will be it for me for today. I'm gonna hop off a little early. And then, I'm gonna speedrun Divergent Universe. I have not done that yet. I'm gonna speedrun it really quickly and get my gems for the week. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to my Ace Attorney stream today. Today we finished up Case 5 in Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. And next week we'll start on Pokemon ZA. I feel like it's been ages since a Pokemon game dropped. Like, I'm super duper excited to start one again. It will be big fun. But if you guys are about to eat, I hope you guys have a good meal, and you guys are about to sleep. Bye! Take care, Russell! Stay well, good night, and thank you so much for stopping by today. And I'll see you guys next week. Good night! Oh, also, about next week, I may be touching grass on Sunday with a friend. So if I'm touching grass, I'll probably be back a little bit later. So if I am back later, I'll update on both Twitter and on Discord. But I'll let you guys know, because if I'm back later, I'll actually push Starrel to Sunday. And then I'll do ZA on Saturday instead. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. But I'll do my best to have both of them next week. I also need to run to Origin Universe. Run, Kevin, run! Run! Good luck on your run, have fun! Take care, you too, Dashiki, take care! Thank you so much for stopping by today. Bye, take care, Russell, sleep well, good night! Thank you so much for stopping by! I'm just realizing I had links. Yes, oh my gosh, user! Thank you for the stream, really, and thank you for tuning in today, Kevin. Take care, Russell, sleep well, good night! Thank you so much for stopping by! Take care, you too, Buddy Master! Bye! Take care, sleep well! And thank you so much for stopping by! Yes, grass! Crazy, right? Oh my gosh, touching grass for real, for real. Before we go for today, we'll be raiding dedicating out to A-Ray MD, who's playing Blue Protocol Star Residence. So let's go over there and show them some support too. But take care, everyone, and good night. And thank you so much for stopping by today. Bye. Take care, also. Sleep well. Good night. And thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys next week. Good night.